Hey all, Browolf MC here. Welcome to another YouTube video. This video I'm just going to cover off a little bit of what happened to us at the Creventic Championship on the weekend. So it's an endurance race, meant to be 12 hours long, and it was at Spa. I absolutely love Spa. I'm not the fastest around Spa. I'm about a second and a bit slower than my teammates. However, my iRating is 1.4k. The other guys' iRatings that I drive with are sort of 2.5, 2.6, 2.7k. So we're in a much higher split. And at the start of the race, I'm racing against guys that are 2.3, 2.4k, and I'm 1.4k. So slightly down on iRating. But hey, it's all good. It's what I'm here for, here to learn and do more. But anyway, hope you enjoy this video. Have a watch. Let me know what you think. And we'll go straight into the replay, starting off at the beginning. So we are ready to go. Lights are ready to go. Green, green, green.
Radio check.
Make sure crew chief is on. All good. I've included the telemetry down here, by the way.
Follow the safety car.
So you guys can see what's going on. But fairly standard start. Rolling start. I was concerned that we would either get go roundabout now, because the other class was already ahead, and you don't see the other class, but it was multi-class. There was Porsche Cup as well, but I'm not sure why it's not showing on the map. There were 8 Porsche Cup runners. Go, and we're all good. So start of the race, things seem okay, staying in position. I know I'm 28th out of 40 something, and in class I think I qualified 20th, or was that, yeah, I think it was 20th in class, I'm not sure, but fairly straightforward run to the first lap, and it all starts really well. So I'm going to let this play through a little bit, talk around the beginning of the lap. So cold tires, very cold tires, you can hear it sliding just a little bit, so trying to make sure that we are keeping as much grip in them as possible, helping them warm up and slowly pulling away from the guy behind. Now got 0.6 of a second to the guy behind me, which is good. And yeah, just cracking on, making sure we cater for the cold tires and also of course the cold brakes. What was really nice is the track temp was quite low. We picked up 2 positions over there, took each other out going into that corner. It's not the second part of the corner, one of you should give up, and it's a 12-hour race. So if it's a 12-hour race, it's no point pushing really hard and trying to, I don't know, take positions when the door's not open. Make sure the door's open. If it's a 15-minute race or a half-hour race, then yeah, I sort of get people pushing really hard and trying to make their way through. Like over there, you see those 2 guys. I could see it happening. The guy in the red and white car we're just going past, try to go around the outside of the BM. There was no space. So why did he try? No idea. Wrong corner, cold tires, you're gonna cause an accident, and that's what happened. So yeah, but other guys are now battling behind, which is good, gives us a little bit of breathing room, staying with the pack. But the BM in front of me has started dropping off the pack. So as soon, and that's only 1 lap, and we're already, what was that, a second and a half behind the, 2 seconds now, 2.3 seconds behind the pack. So quite a long distance already dropped off after 1 lap. So he's obviously, like me in the BM, struggling with colder tires, and yeah, not liking first stint. A couple more incidents I'm going to show you right at the start here. I was probably taking that corner a little too wide because I thought there was somebody on the inside, giving them more room than I probably needed to because they hadn't done as much of a dive as I thought they had done. But I always seem to get quite a good run out of that corner, where the guy right behind got a much better run than me for once. But I thought, you know what, if you're going to try go for it, you have to get past me up on the straight, stick with me through a rouge, and as you can see, I started to actually pull away from him, so he must have lifted, so I think he's quite cautious through Rouge. So I thought, okay, that's my time, I can pull away and try and gain half a second to a second. If I can get a good gap, get out of the tow, then we can go for it. Now, because I was concentrating so much on the guys behind, the guys in front pulled out a whole second. Oh, spinner on the right. Another spinner on the right. But yeah, so the guys in front pulled out a whole second. And I think actually that guy who spun was the guy in front, because now the BM in front is 3 seconds ahead of me. So in just that couple of sequence of corners, from sort of the chicane through corner 1 through a Rouge, I lost 2 and a bit seconds of time because I was focusing on the guys behind me rather than focusing on the guys in front of me. So sort of happens when you're fighting, because I am sort of fighting for position. The guy behind me is close enough to dive at any point. He's half a second, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does try and have a dive, because in the first couple of laps with the setup, this BM was quite slippy, so I was trying to just manage the slide and all that kind of stuff. And then one of the recovering vehicles from an earlier slide was making his way through. So the guy in the yellow Mercedes behind me, he was actually making his way through the pack because he had recovered from an earlier spin, I think it was, and is definitely quicker than the guy who he is behind. And I think he goes for the move now, takes him into the chicane. No, not yet. Alrighty, anyway, at this point I'm going to maybe speed up a little bit until there's any action, and then we'll come back for some action. Almost out of DRS range. I was quite happy about that, but then the Merc overtook the Aston, and because the Merc gave the Aston some DRS, he sort of dragged the Aston back up to me, which sucks a little bit, but I thought I'd give him the space. He's much faster than me, a good half a second a lap quicker than me. I'll try and hang on to his coattails at this point and see where we get to. As you can see in the slipstream round Spa, it makes such a big difference. So that's why the guy in the Aston looks much faster than me, is because he's in my slipstream just going woohoo. Probably a good half a second quicker than he would be running without the slipstream, maybe even 3/4 of a second faster. But anyway, nothing much happens for a couple of laps, so I'm going to fast forward for a couple of laps. I've been doing 231 consistently, 231.3, 231.5, 231.4, 231 flat, 231 flat. So we'll just go through those. The fuel load's coming down a little bit, so all is well. And then right behind him is a Mercedes, and right behind him is a Aston, and there's another Merc and another BM. So there's quite a big group, a big gaggle of cars. 14, 15, 16, 17 I think we're all together, 17, 18, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 5 of us in total. And then actually finally the Aston has a move down the outside. I go wide, he gets a really good run, and I thought, you know what, he's right alongside me, I'm going to give him the place. I'm going to, because also he started bouncing, which means his internet connection's not the best, and I did get touched. So let's look at let's go into this one. So I went to take my line, I stayed wide, but he still touched me. It's like, dude, if you're going to go up the inside, I mean, I didn't cut into him, but he did touch me. It wasn't too bad, but I got 4x for that. Thanks, iRacing. No idea why I got 4x. I had a really good run on this guy. Even though with that tap, I still got a really good run. And then things start to go a little bit awry. I think the Aston wasn't the grippiest through a Rouge. So at this point I'm a little concerned, so I take my foot off the accelerator a little bit. I stay across, take my normal race line. I didn't realise the guy behind me got such a good run. And that is how...
No, you've gone upside down there.
I love it. I love the crew chief. No, you've gone upside down there. But yeah, I looked at this multiple times. I did lift, so I lifted over here because I seemed to get close to the Aston. So I was just giving the Aston a bit of room because I know you'd been slipping through here. I took my normal race line, which was all the way to the outside. Should the guy... let's do fire chase. Should he... Because yeah, I mean, I didn't go right up. Should I have moved for him, or should he have like gone to the other side or braked? I don't know. You guys choose. Let me take the radar away. There we go. So, from inside, let's go inside my cockpit because you can see. So from my side, I'm hugging their line almost, and then just bam. Didn't even know he was there. My radar didn't say, crew chief didn't say left side, right side, nothing. Radar didn't show that there was anybody there, and I also had the blind spots. They didn't show that anyone was there either. I'm going to change to his angle quickly. Because from his angle, you do sort of see a little bit of a difference. So he's got quite a big, but because I lifted, because the Aston was going slow through a rouge, and I mean he should have stuck to that side, but I think he sort of saw me go there, but at that point he's got nowhere to go. I think probably racing incident. If I was him, I probably would have tried to stick to this line, but maybe he thought that's where I was going, and then I didn't even see him. What is it? That's 1001, 1000, and yeah. So 1.5 seconds of him actually being on the side of me, not even being on the side of me, but sort of taking that right-hand line, which I don't know where he thinks he's going to go from here, because you're off track. You're now in sort of the pit zone. And do I have to give him the space because his front wheel is against my back wheel? I think in racing rules, I didn't have to. I think it was his... he should have taken his foot off the accelerator and given up the place, slotted him behind me, and all would have been well. But anyway, so that's how the accident happened. Yep. So we landed up in the pits. I'm going to fast forward for a while because we're in the pits for 45 minutes. 55 minutes. So we'll fast forward for a little bit and come back when we're all good. Alrighty. One of our other drivers called Nuno, he takes over and comes out the pits. And this is what happened when he went racing. So what I will do actually is while it's doing that, so you can see there is so much damage to this car. This car now looks like it's been through the destruction derby. I mean, yeah, it's just, I mean, really bad. The car's totally, utterly wrecked. Even the front of the car is so bad. He was just testing here whether it would like drive straight, could he warm up the tires. But yeah, the car is totally, utterly messed. Even behind the car. So the rear of the car's not too bad. The wing is a bit bent. Look at that bent wang. That's such a bent wang. It's definitely been had better days. There's some damage around this quarter of it. Over here there's a bit of damage, but I'm surprised that like the roof's all fine and everything. So but yeah, that's definitely through the destruction derbies. Look at that. I mean, we experienced, basically our top speed was 241, 242, somewhere around there. We were getting 218 on that main straight after that. So what we're going to do, we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to continue from here, because this car, I think, has a lot to do with what happens to us next. For some reason it's not showing us our car, but you can see this car, he's gone off. Obviously, I don't know, he's a 0.8k driver, so he goes off again. He then pushes really hard, misses the apex of the corner completely, smashes into the wall. So if we have a look here, his car at this point is quite buggered because he smashed into the wall. Completely wrecked. It's going to be crabbing. That side from the previous accident, he's got loads and loads of damage. So yeah, he's not doing too well. So now, this is what you do not do in any form of racing game. Yep. You do not let yourself roll onto the racetrack. That is our car over here. Yep, so we're taking this corner. This is a full speed corner. I think by this point you're doing 110 miles an hour, something like that. He has, from hitting the wall, he could have had his foot on the brake. He's rolled 20 meters. And that is what happens. So let's change to... I'm going to change to far chase, to chase. There we go. So this is what happens. He's rolled all the way back. And he shouldn't have. I mean, even a really good driver, I don't know, you're at full speed, 110, 150 miles an hour. He shouldn't be rolling back at all. So we absolutely, I mean, our car gets so badly creamed, it actually goes into the road. That's how bad the creaming is. And then, yeah, we wipe him out. We wipe ourselves out. I mean, look at how our car flew there. Our car, absolutely. Anyway, so our car landed up getting totally, utterly wrecked. But watch what this guy does. Yeah. Do not do this on a racetrack, people.
Try the other way up.
Ever, ever, ever. Look, he's going to once again... I'm... And again. And again. I mean, he's crabbing so badly, he can't even go straight. Look at that. He's crabbing out to the outside. He's having to constantly fight the car to keep it. And now he's basically a rolling roadblock. At this point, we towed. And when we towed, we landed up back in the pits for over an hour and something. So we decided we would land up 50 laps down, something like that. Something like 50 laps down. So we quit instead. Because being that far down just wouldn't make sense. But yeah. Definitely not impressed. There we are. Totally, utterly stuffed. And all because this guy decided... And I mean, I don't know. Is it just me? So he's obviously not used to this car, maybe. Feels okay. I mean, I don't know. You can hear the back tires sliding. Yeah, you're not used to the car, I don't think. He almost took that guy out. Did you see that? I mean, that's so close. But, I mean, this guy in the Porsche next to him must have been thinking, oh my days. Let me just realign the far chase camera because it's gone all weird. Chase camera should be right behind the car. Somewhere around about there. But yeah, I mean, this guy there. Well, maybe you didn't even see it, but... So like there, this car is already crabbing. So he's trying to turn, and his car's saying, I'm not going to turn. And he's pushing full speed. Brake, brake, hold the brakes. Just hold the brakes down, hold the brakes down. No, see, he didn't even... When you watch here, look, his brake lights are not even on. Look at his brake lights. So his brake lights are here. They are not on. Until he goes onto the thing. Then he brakes as... Look at that beautiful paint job. That's now completely right. Literally, he brakes as we hit him. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's how not to run the Creventic round Spa in the BMW M4. It was our first outing as a couple of teams for Spartan eRacing. The teams were really happy. We had done tons of practice. We were putting in some good laps. I mean, the other guys, they were running 228s, a lot of them. So the only reason I was first is because I'm generally a little bit more cautious. So I'll sort of give people the room if they need it. But accidents, they happen. The second one, 100% should have been avoided. The first one, yeah, I think it was a racing incident. He should have taken his foot off. I may have been able to, I don't know, take to the middle of the road and let him choose a side, instead of taking my race line. Maybe I shouldn't have slowed down, but I think if I hadn't have slowed down, would I have hit the Aston going through a Rouge? And if I had hit the Aston going through a Rouge, it would have been a way, way, way bigger accident. So I don't know, you guys in the comments, let me know your thoughts and leave us a like and a follow. And thank you guys so much. We will be back this weekend. I think it's Sebring for the short race, and then next weekend we will be running 12 hours round Sebring for the iRacing special events. So we'll see you guys then. Speak to you later. Bro out. Bye all.